Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now today, William Ruto is having the third retreat with his cabinet to evaluate their performance again. And during this retreat, there's a statement that Ruto has issued, and I see Kenyans are really laughing at the president. Now, this is what Ruto is saying. That means his advisors, those who close to him, are telling him that he picked up many things, especially the hard ones. So with the hard ones, he would have waited for the second term to do, such that he can have easy time winning the next general election, then have time to execute that mandate. So Ruto, in this point, this is what he's saying. According to him, his focus is not on getting re-elected in 2027, but to transform Kenya. How do you believe that statement? How do you believe it? First of all, personally, I am taking his advisors' advice seriously, and I'll be explaining to you how Ruto has made things very difficult. And again, we want to understand if really Ruto is working to transform Kenya. In which way? Negatively or positively? Remember, as he's saying that his focus is not in 2027, they are conducting economic empowerment where they are dishing out handouts in every economic empowerment meeting they have. They're dishing handouts. I don't know if that means transforming Kenya. But first of all, listen to the president.
I've even had occasion people telling me, oh, you have picked up too many things. Especially the difficult ones. You would have waited for your second term. Right? And then you ask yourself, why waste the nation's time waiting for a second term merely because you are working on difficult things? Why don't you finish the difficult things now? If there is a second term, there is plenty of things to be done. And if it can be done in 5 years, why do you want to do it in 10 years? Are we together? And that is how we haven't made progress as a nation. Because we make decisions not on the basis of how we know that they are right, but we make decisions on the basis of how is it convenient for me to remain politically relevant? And in there, we lose the momentum to do the right things. The country loses time on things that can be done now as we wait for tomorrow. Our focus is not the next election. Our focus is the transformation of Kenya. Let me repeat it. We must do what we must do. As so long as it is in the exercise of transforming our nation, the next election notwithstanding. Are we together? Yes. The next election is not our focus. If there is a focus, let it be the transformation, the foundation we are laying so that the next generation...
Now, I want us to continue with the panel discussion, but before we go deep into that, I have a quick and humble request for those who are watching this channel and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to our discussion. Now, personally, I believe that William Ruto has picked up the hard things, and he left the simple ones that would have made him to be re-elected. You know, when you work for Kenyans, they can see your work as the person leading that government. It is not a hard thing for you just putting your name on the ballot. When you've delivered, they will be voting for you. People will vote for you because you will not need to speak for yourself. Your work will speak for you. So, if Ruto is working for Kenya, he will not need to speak for himself. His work will speak for him. And why did I agree that Ruto picked the hard things? Number one, Ruto picked on the policies that have failed this country. Picking policies that you know they are going to fail a country, you are picking a hard thing. He picked it. Look at the policies that they have come out with, all of them, that have really affected our economy, that have really affected so many things. And the result is negative. That is William Ruto. He is talking about plan. He has failed plans. Number one, there is a plan to kill Gen Zs. That is a hard thing someone can pick. But Ruto picked it. Gen Zs have suffered. They have been injured. They have been killed. They have been arrested. It is a hard thing to pick as a politician in a country where power has been given to people through the constitution that you cannot just change as a mere paper. Najua ingekuwa rais huyu jamaa angekuwa amebadilisha hii katiba ya Kenya. But it's not easy. It's not easy. So when he picked to kill, he picked to disregard the constitution of Kenya. It's a hard thing. And indeed, it is going to cost him. When Ruto picked to overtax Kenyans, Uhuru 8%, William Ruto 16%, it was a hard thing. Because you are picking on something that is going to destroy the economy. People's business has been destroyed. Investors have walked out of this country to go and invest in Uganda and Tanzania and elsewhere, leaving Kenyans jobless. Every investor who walks out and closes the company, akishat milango, it means like 1,000 people or 500 or so people have lost their jobs. Ruto has made many Kenyans jobless. It is a hard thing to choose. Sema amechoose vitu kubwa nzito. Indeed, hii ni nzito kabisa. It's a hard thing. Choosing to destroy economy through overtaxation. He picked a hard thing. And he's destroying the economy. Many people are sleeping hungry because they cannot get a job. Up to the last person we call Mamamboga and a boda rider. Because, you know, when the money is in the pocket, there is trickle-down effect. Lipa daktari vizuri, lipa mwalimu vizuri, pesa zitateremka chini with the trickle-down effect kwa mifuko ya kila mtu, paka mtu wa bodaboda, mama mboga atapata mtu wa kununua mboga yake. But when you overtax the pay slip, the issue of affordable housing, pay slip, as Gachagua put it, it has lost a meaning. So, Ruto picked the hard thing to do. When he tampered with the Linda Mama, he affected so many women and so many families that used to deliver free maternity. It is a hard thing he picked, and it will destroy his reputation. At least he would have minded the life of unborn, the young babies Watoto hawana lawama. But he picked to remove leader mama. Sasa hizo ukienda na shako hospitali wanakuambia lipa mwaka mzima. Lipa miezi 6, unaambiwa hivyo. With the NHIF you are just paying a month. Sasa shawa nakwambia lipa mwaka. When Ruto chose to remove Edu Afya, which Uhuru had put there to guarantee learners enough time to be in class and they are healthy, it was a hard thing to choose. But he decided that he will destroy Edu Afya. You know, when Uhuru was in power, na Uhuru kweli kwa kiwango fulani alikuwa baba wa nchi. Ungeona baba wa nchi. Because there are things really he cared about. Yes, there is no mtu mwenye ako clean kabisa, but kuna vitu kabisa Uhuru alizingatia. Mambo ya affordable housing hakuweka kwa wananchi. Alikuwa anataka aweke, lakini wakati aliona wananchi wanakataa, alisikia. Mambo ya Edu Afya akajua wanafunzi wakae shuleni wasome. Ukiwa na mtoto ako high school, ako in primary school, what the head teacher will need to do is write a letter, anaenda shule anatibiwa, anarudi darasani. Saa hizi ni wewe mzazi. Mambo ya Edu Afya, it was removed. Sasa kati ya Ruto na Uhuru Kenyatta, nani baba wa taifa? If Ruto can compete with Uhuru Kenyatta, tuseme anawezekana arudi kwa ballot, though constitution, in our constitution is not allowed. I can tell you Uhuru can beat William Ruto. Because atangalia zile vitu zenye alifanya na vile Ruto anafanya saa hizi. He picked the hard things. The issue of university education funding, he want to tamper with it. There is a problem there. He's picking hard things. Sasa huyu ni president, tunaweza sema hawezi sikiza advisors. Now, Ruto is telling us that he's transforming Kenya. His focus is on transforming a country called Kenya. Have you realized any transformation? Can you see any tangible project that you can put on William Ruto? Those affordable housing that is going to pick to take photos and sing songs, you know, like they are worshiping, a miracle has happened. Projects started by Uhuru Kenyatta, 90% complete. Hakuna kazi ya Ruto pale. Unasherekea aje kazi ya mwanaume mwingine, wewe hujafanya yako? Hapana bwana. Haiwezekani. For me, I'm yet to see projects started by William Ruto and completed by him to say that he's transforming Kenya. There's no transformation of Kenya. If he's transforming, then from good to worse. His focus is on 2027. In as much he want to play reverse psychology on Kenyans. When you are focused on working for the people, you can't be on top of your vehicle every time. You can't be using your people to go and give handouts in every event they get to, if indeed you're not focusing on bribing the electorate. I don't know your views, but please let us know in the comment section to continue with this discussion. Thank you so much, and see you in our next video.